our first inductee, it's funny because I think he's actually a neighbor of like my partner. Mike Cullen started playing hockey under the guidance of a trio of St. Louis hockey coaching legends, Hall of Famer Eddie Olson, Hall of Famer Bill McKenna, and Hall of Famer Jim Whitworth. In 1983, Mike approached Mike Money, former president of the Webster Hockey Association, and Joe Bossi, former president of the Missouri Amateur Hockey Association, about creating a youth hockey association for the growing Chesterfield area. Through these gentlemen's guidance and support over the next many months, Mike worked on founding the Chesterfield Hockey Association, which eventually came into existence in January of 1995. Now, as they created that program, they looked at the structure of another program, other programs throughout the country, Michigan, Ontario, Minnesota, in how to structure their hockey program. It was through this process that Chesterfield's program would increase the number of teams at each level of play, reduce the size of rosters to 12 players, and increase the amount of ice time for each player. And we all know that that's what each player needs, is ice time and touches with the puck. When the rinks opened in 1996, they were successful in having over 500 kids sign up to play. Within 2 years, the Chesterfield Hockey Association had grown to over 720 players, was the second largest hockey association in the United States, which included the largest house hockey program in the nation, fully sustained 4 teams at every level. Hockey at every level for anybody who wants to play. Chesterfield hockey, under the tutelage of many great coaches, including a significant contribution in coaching from a number of the Blues alumni, we all know that, has gone on to win national championships, and has a number of players from its programs going directly on to the NHL. Mike Cullen.
Good evening. My name is Mike Cullen, and I'd first like to thank the board and all the members of the Hockey Hall of Fame for hosting this wonderful dinner for all of us tonight. It's been a whirlwind 9 months that they've essentially courted us, and I am humbled to tonight be inducted into the class of 2016. I'd like to thank my wife. Laurie is my biggest champion, my 3 children, Courtney and Chris and Corey. We have so many memories related to youth hockey. And although we won't go over them tonight, they're in my heart, kids. I'd like to thank my father, who introduced me to hockey. He was originally a senior member of the management team of St. Louis Blues back in 1967. Went on to become a governor in the NHL, and actually was requested to succeed Clarence Campbell as the commissioner. He turned it down. That's for a story maybe afterwards when we're having a few drinks. But he got me started in hockey. And as Steve was so kind enough to say, I was fortunate enough to go under the tutelage of Mr. Olson, Mr. McKenna, Mr. Whitworth. And maybe the most important lesson that I learned wasn't so much hockey itself, the skating and stick handling, but eventually what to give back to hockey. And this group I'm so honored to become a part of tonight. It's just that it's people who've given back to hockey, and it's without them, frankly, there would be no youth hockey. So whether or not you have previously stood on this podium, you're standing on it tonight, as you folks are, or you will in the future, or you never do. Thank you for all those people who've given back to hockey. Specifically, I'm here being inducted as a builder, Chesterfield Hockey Association. I share this award with those folks back at table number 10. They were an extremely talented group of individuals who had no ego. And we came together at a time where we just rolled up our sleeves and worked hard. And I'd specifically like to mention Pat Dolan, Bill Kirchner, Diana Schafering, Howard Chappell, Bernie Federico, the late Kendall Dirk, and Carl Tasson. We were fortunate enough that we had a clean canvas to paint on. We were a new association, and some of you back in 1993 may remember Chesterfield was wiped out by a flood, and we had a new rink at our disposal that was being built. But we didn't have any jerseys, we really didn't have any ice, and guess what? We didn't have any players either. So we really had our work cut out for us, and we worked long hours, and many, not hundreds, but thousands of people volunteered and pitched in. So this award that I'm the one who's standing here really should deservedly be shared with everyone sitting at that table and many, many other people. And not only the folks that founded it and worked very hard for the first decade or so on Chesterfield hockey, we all have to pass the baton or the torch, as Montreal's locker room so aptly says. And we've passed the torch to Mark Krause, the current president of Chesterfield hockey, its current board. And we all look forward to many, many future decades of continued success in the St. Louis Amateur Hockey League. My final thoughts are this. I am humbled to be here. I thank you very much for your awards. I'm going to sit down now so other people can speak, and please everyone enjoy their nights. Thank you.
Great job.